All right, so this is forehand swing and tennis by Carter, Adrian, and Giancarlo. We'll watch this video quick. To show you the modern forehand drills. All right, so that's essentially the forehand swing in tennis. Here's the slow motion version. All right. All right, so you're going to see the abduction of the arm as well as the elbow and shoulder are both rotating. The elbow is flexion as well as extension. You'll see that in his arm right up there. As well as you see the wrist supination, I believe is the way to say it, as he points it towards the sky once he goes for that hit right there. In common injuries with these, like we saw, the abduction of the arm would be hyperextension. Extension of the elbow would be tennis elbow, and that it's the otherwise formal term. And then external rotation, so rotator cuff injuries, tendonitis, supination of the hand, stenosis, and then extension of the elbow is hyperextension.
All right. So these are how these injuries are treated. A really common injury is in tennis is the shoulder pain. This can be helped by using RICE, which is rest, ice, compression, and elevation of the injury. The wrist tendonitis can be treated by also using RICE, so is the sprained ankles. If the sprained ankle is like worse, they can use a brace or other things. And there are stress factors in the back that are treated by going to physicians. And that can use physical therapy and other things. In very bad cases, tennis athletes will need to get surgery on their elbow or something to remove the damaged tendon to ease the pain. Ways to prevent these injuries. One of the easiest ways to prevent these injuries is to warm up before games, like stretching and doing light cardio. Another way is to change the rackets if they need to, or change the tennis balls. Another way is to get new shoes for better friction and the socks. Athletes should also use correct form. So they should have their knee bent, hip counter rotation, shoulder cocking, and elbow motion, and etc.
And there's our sources. That's it.